So, we have arrived at a very crucial point in our course, AWS Security Specialty Certification. This module is particularly marked by its future relevance in the year 2025. Now, you may wonder why thinking ahead to 2025 is important. Well, as technology continues to evolve, so do the skill sets required to manage this technology. In essence, we need to be proactive in our learning approach. In this module, we will discuss and dissect the core topics that are deemed necessary to achieve the AWS Security Specialty Certification. These topics are not chosen on a whim, but are driven by industry demand and advances in cloud computing technologies. A huge part of our focus will be on AWS security paradigms. This concept is fundamental to understanding how AWS as a whole manages and safeguards its services and the customer data contained within. It includes everything from the physical security of AWS data centers to the many security features available to customers to protect their own data. Next up, we'll delve into IAM, which stands for Identity and Access Management. This is a cornerstone within AWS security, going hand in hand with the principles of least privilege and segregation of duties. We'll look at how it's implemented in AWS and how you can use it to monitor and control your resource access securely. We'll also discuss KMS, or Key Management Service, which allows you to create and manage cryptographic keys. This AWS service, while advanced, is paramount for data protection. Lastly, we will explore CloudTrail, a service that enables governance, compliance, operational auditing, and risk auditing of your AWS account and easy troubleshooting. In sum, this module will provide deep insights into AWS security essentials as we decrypt its elements one by one. Let's get started. Turning our attention to AWS Identity and Access Management, commonly known as IAM, we will begin to understand its core purpose. As a web-based service, IAM plays a crucial role in effectively managing access within the AWS environment. By doing so, this tool ensures that security is upheld when access to specific AWS resources is required. To put this into context, let's consider an example. If you needed to create a new user on AWS, you would use the command AWS IAM create user username example user. Once this user has been created, you may need to grant them full access to an Amazon S3 bucket. This can be accomplished by using the command AWS IAM attach user policy rn and AWS policy Amazon S3 full access, username example user. Through our practical example, it becomes evident how AWS IAM actions are performed. From our user creation to policy additions, all commands work together to establish secure, controlled access in the AWS environment. Keep in mind that IAM serves a more extensive purpose beyond these examples. It's a powerful component of AWS that facilitates your overall security strategy. Let's dive deeper into AWS Key Management Service, often simply referred to as KMS. AWS KMS is a fully managed service that underpins the protection of your data. It forms a critical layer in the security architecture by providing mechanisms to easily create and control the cryptographic keys used for various operations. By using AWS KMS, you get to have granular control over your cryptographic operations, ensuring that your data is safeguarded from unauthorized access and modifications. Whether you're encrypting data stored in databases or maintaining secure network connections, it's the cryptographic keys managed by KMS that make this possible. Now let's look at a practical example of how KMS operates. Using the given command, AWS KMS create key, followed by a description key for RDS-DB, you can actually create a key description intended for an RDS database. This command demonstrates how simple and straightforward it is to create a cryptographic key using AWS KMS. In this case, this key could be utilized for encrypting data stored in an RDS database, demonstrating the application of the service in a practical scenario. In summary, AWS KMS is an invaluable service for managing the cryptographic keys used in secure operations within the AWS infrastructure. Its simplicity, versatility, and high level of control make it a go-to service when dealing with data security concerns. It's all about providing users the ability to protect and control access to their data within AWS through the use of cryptographic keys. With this understanding of the AWS Key Management Service, you'll be equipped to implement more robust security systems to safeguard your AWS resources. In this slide, we're focusing on AWS CloudTrail, a powerful service that bolsters your environment by keeping tabs on AWS activity, a key feature when it comes to operational security. CloudTrail offers continuous monitoring and logging for your AWS environment. It collects valuable data like the source IP address, the user performing an action, the time of an event, and specifics of the requests being made. This goes a long way in post-event analysis, anomaly detection, and charting user activity trends. Let's put this into perspective with an example. To retrieve information about all trails for the current region, you would use the command AWS CloudTrail describe trails. Want to create an event subscription? Use the command AWS CloudTrail create subscription. Append the name parameter with the name of the trail, in this case, example trail. For this example, we are creating a new S3 bucket, which we named example bucket. So, understanding and utilizing AWS CloudTrail effectively contributes to a robust security framework and furthers the transparency of AWS activities. Moving on to this slide, we delve into the AWS Virtual Private Cloud, or VPC. VPC is a highly potent tool that lets you section off an isolated part of the AWS cloud. This provides a secure environment where you can initiate AWS resources. So what can you do within this isolated section? With VPC, you can define your very own virtual network. This means it will be entirely in your control to shape the network according to your business needs or any specific requirements you might have. Another crucial feature of VPC is the control it provides over access. You will have the authority to control who gets to access this provisioned section of the AWS cloud, thus adding an additional layer of security. Thinking about how this can be applied? Let's get into that. You just need to type a simple command, AWS EC2 create VPC, followed by the specific CIDR block of the VPC. In this case, 10.0.0.0/16. This will lead to the creation of a new virtual private cloud. To enforce strict access control, we would need to form a security group. We can do this by using the command AWS EC2 create security group. We are also setting a group name, in this case example SG, and a description to make identification easier. Remember, it's about creating a secure and controlled environment where only authorized personnel have access. And AWS VPC is an effective service to achieve this. Diving into the conclusion of this segment, we've delved deeply into crucial elements such as IAM, KMS, CloudTrail, and VPC. Understanding these topics inside and out is vital in preparation for the AWS Security Specialty Certification. But it's not just about the certification. It's about truly mastering how to navigate and secure AWS environments. By 2025, this particular skill set will be held at an even higher premium than it is today. As technology advances, so does the value placed on those who are capable of understanding and managing its intricacies. It's important to call out again the significance of the VPC or virtual private cloud in AWS. Pivotal features of this tool include launching AWS resources, defining your virtual network, and deciding who can access it. To illustrate, you can use AWS commands directly, such as creating a VPC with a specified CIDR block or creating a security group for your VPC. We've gone through lots of complex concepts, each one necessary and integral in molding you into an AWS security specialist. As we continue our journey, keep this knowledge and apply it to every step forward. Now, let's move onwards. Now, let's move on to some resources for further reading and study. The AWS documentation, where you can get complete, official information about AWS services and features, is a vital source to upgrade your knowledge further. You may also want to refer to the AWS Certified Security Specialty Study Guide. This guide provides a comprehensive overview of the exam objectives, so you're fully prepared when you sit down for the certification exam. Another resource is the AWS Security Best Practices White Paper. This white paper is a thorough investigation of lessons learned from securing real-world AWS deployments. It is designed to give you a hands-on understanding of how to secure AWS infrastructures effectively. Finally, if you're interested in more structured learning, the A Cloud Guru AWS Security Specialty course is a fantastic resource. This course covers every domain of the exam and gives you the tools you need to succeed. Remember, continuous learning is the key to staying abreast of security practices in the dynamic realm of AWS. These resources will help you stay informed, develop your skills, and open opportunities for career growth. You're well on your way to mastering AWS security. Keep going.